Well, regarding our next guest, nowadays to join the digital conversation, we need to break the old mass media approach and assume a real-time one. We have already done this. That's why technology around social media publishing tools is so important. Paris Saint-Germain has understood this. That's because it's not only one of the most important and successful teams in France, but also a club who is working very seriously in becoming a worldwide sports brand. To do this, Paris Saint-Germain has partnered with innovative companies to focus in the creation and distribution of enhanced digital content. SoLive is one of those companies. Conceived as a manager app, SoLive is the first one-man-driven social publishing tool dedicated to the sports industry. SoLive was conceived and designed by La Fourmi, a full-service marketing agency who develops audiences and revenue strategies for clients like UEFA, the French Football Federation, Roland Garros, among others. To talk about Paris Saint-Germain and SoLive partnership, we have Julien Jalouzet, Digital Marketing Manager of Paris Saint-Germain, and Vincent Pereira, Head of Digital at La Fourmi. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Julien Jalouzet and Vincent Pereira. Dennis, all yours.
Hi. Yes. Hi, everyone. Thank you to be here. This morning, when we were just waiting the Uber to come to Soccerex with Julien, we were thinking about the first time when we thought about SoLive. I was spending a game just behind them. When Zlatan scored a goal, we were all celebrating, we're cheering about this goal, but them, Julien and his team, was really be focused on their computer, on Photoshop, just doing a visual, just saving a visual, uploading it on Twitter, on Facebook, and then just 2 minutes before, there is a visual online, but there was really sweating. So this is about SoLive. SoLive is a real-time solution, a social media publishing tool dedicated to sports industry. So we will not have enough time to answer to all the questions, so do not hesitate to catch us on Twitter with this hashtag #SoLive, or visit us on our stand, and we will answer, of course, during these 3 days. So I will introduce you our favorite clients. I'm saying that because I'm really expecting a resign next year about SoLive, but let me introduce you Julien Jalouzet, the Digital Marketing Manager of the Paris Saint-Germain.
Thank you. So I'm glad to be back in the UK. I mean, the last time I came was for the game against Chelsea with Paris Saint-Germain, so you might remember it. So I wanted to talk about something that happened in April last year. As you may know, or maybe you don't, when we were only 8 games away from the end of the championship, it was really a tight race. You can see we are number 1, but there are only 5 points between number 1 and number 4. So we thought, okay, this is a great opportunity to tell a good story. We should do some storytelling, some brand content around that. How do we do that? Well, at the same time, we were lucky because something big happened. It was the release of the new season of Game of Thrones. And it's a big event. It's a worldwide event. It's the same target we have. So that we'll say, okay, what can we do about that? So we did something in 3 steps, and this is step number 1. So this is a tweet we wrote on this very day. And it says in French something like, oh, I'm so happy, tomorrow is the release of Game of Thrones. It came from our official account, and everybody thought it was a fail from our community manager. So people got crazy. They were like, wow, WTF. Oh my God, what are they doing? What is the guy doing with his phone? He must be lost somewhere. He's talking about Game of Thrones. What's the meaning of all of that? And we top trended on Twitter with that, which was exactly what we wanted, because this was our next step. So we got millions of views on this video. So we kept on going. This was the next step. We're like, okay, for the last 8 games, we will use this campaign and capitalize on it, tell the story, our Game of Thrones story. We did it for the game. We did it when we won the titles. We got new fans all over the world. We got great comments from Australia, Asia, South America, you name it. That worked. This is what we are about. This is what I want you to remember about Paris Saint-Germain. We want to be one of the top 10 franchises, sport franchises in the world in the next 5 to 10 years. We are building that, and we are doing it with 2 big things: entertainment, this is what it is about, and international. And if you think about it, what I just showed you, Game of Thrones, it's entertaining, it's international, it's our target market. That's where we want to be. So all our actions, and you will see more coming in a few weeks, and you will remember that, I promise. And just to finish, I will show you some examples of the campaigns we did that are also about entertainment. There is a campaign we did when we faced Chelsea. There is a campaign we did in the movie theaters in France. There is a campaign about our 1 million fans on Instagram. This is what it is. So this was against Chelsea. This is after winning.
Au Parc des Princes. Je suis passé par toutes les émotions possibles et imaginables ici. Un match du Paris Saint-Germain, ça se regarde pas, ça se vit.
So this is what we do. 1 year ago, I saw a speech from my good friend Glenn Miller, who will be speaking. I don't know if he's around, maybe behind. He will be speaking later, but he said something about that was very interesting. He told me, well, I like what you are doing at Paris Saint-Germain. It's entertaining, it gets people engaged, but your weakest part are the games. I mean, 90% of your audience is international, and they get engaged during the games. What are you doing during the games? I saw the Game of Thrones, I saw the movie theater, everything. What is it you can do? And this is why we are working with SoLive.
So as I already told you, SoLive is the best real-time solution to cover the live on social media. So let's just have a quick look at about what you could do if you were using SoLive. as Alex said just a few minutes ago,
Wait. Vincent,
yes.
that wasn't planned, right? I
Why?
never saw that slide.
Why?
I'm your favorite customer, right?
Yes. You're
Isn't
right.
that about Paris Saint-Germain?
Yes.
Huh?
But we're in Manchester, so every
Yeah, but
Cantona at the game.
I mean, we won against Chelsea, and so it's about us, right?
Maybe
yeah.
it's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very sorry.
Okay. So as Alex said a few minutes ago, the creative content is the key to engage more, to create some interaction with your community. So SoLive helps you to just be focused on your content and not focusing on some task that you take you some times, and like we explained before with Photoshop during the game. So you are really be focused on your content. So if I were to define like Jose SoLive in 3 words, I would say it's simple. When you are watching a game where Andrea Pirlo or Steven Gerrard is making a 50 meters long pass, what are you thinking about? It seems really easy. And that really wanted to do with SoLive, the best tool ever, and with the most simple user interface for the community managers. Then it's powerful, because simple does not mean that is not powerful. Our heart of the tool is really efficient to help you and to give you the possibility to publish all the visual in all the languages, in all the platforms in a matter of seconds. So today, nobody is doing the same thing that SoLive is doing today. We are able to publish the visual in all the languages, every language, in all the platforms in a matter of seconds without any constraints of designs. So let's have a quick look at SoLive. So first of all, you have to connect yourself. Then you have to set up a match. I take the Paris Saint-Germain account to do this demo. Then you have to choose the competition first. Then you can select a match, and then you enter a dedicated hashtag for Twitter. You have 3 possibilities: the early and post-match, then the match part, and then the push business. If we take the match part, you have 5 steps. In 50 seconds, you could publish a visual directly on social media. I take goal. I enter the timing. First half time, 27 minutes. Of course, I choose Zlatan because you know Julien likes Zlatan. For the media, I just have to choose where I want to push my visual. For the moment, Twitter and Facebook are available, and I will talk later about the other networks. And then you enter and you focus yourself on the content that you want to push on social media. You have a preview to really be sure about what are you posting on the social media, and then you will publish directly to have a look about what is seems to be on Twitter or on Facebook. So SoLive is celebrating its first anniversary in few days. So we are working hard on the version 2.0 that will be out in few weeks. For sure, behind the new key match that we worked with.
Thanks for this picture. Yeah, thank you.
Welcome. About the new features that we are working with the Paris Saint-Germain, because we worked with them a lot to improve the tool. We are integrating new key match custom options, but we have some big announcement to do about the features. So we are adding social platforms because we want to go everywhere. SoLive is like clubs, it's like brands, it's like everyone here. We want to go international, we want to go everywhere. So that's why we will include Sina and Tencent Weibo to help the clubs, help the brands to achieve these goals in China too. So everybody knows that Instagram is taking a big part of the social engagement today. So everybody remember Cristiano Ronaldo taking his picture with his son, was showing their muscle in the bathroom. So that's the same for the clubs and for the brands. So that's why we are working hard with Facebook and Instagram to waiting the opening of the API of Instagram. That's the same thing. We want to go everywhere. We want to offer the most opportunity and the possibilities to the club and to our customers. So that's why we integrate Google Plus into the tool. Today, you have this. You are obviously you have to invest and promote your messages to reach all your communities on Facebook and Twitter. That's why SoLive needs to integrate and to simplify the process by implementing the Twitter ads platforms and the Facebook ads platforms into our tool. So in 3 clicks, you have the possibility to directly promote your post on Facebook or on Twitter. That's something more easy for you.
That's very important because if you think about one of our big games, or let's say you beat Chelsea in the Champions League and you want to promote, so you post something about that, what would happen would be like, we know the reach on Facebook, Twitter, and so you won't reach all of your fans. So you want to promote that post to reach your whole community. So what I would do is I would post it, and then I would call my agency at night and say, hey, can you promote that post? And it's 11 at night, and they're not answering. And I get crazy because they promoted the next day, and I lost all the impact of it. So that's why we ask them to say, okay, if we score a goal, can we post it and promote it right away, which I think is very important to us.
So SoLive will be like Carlo Ancelotti. SoLive will speak 7 languages alone and more. We are creating default sentences. It's not like Google Translate. We are really creating some different content and specific content to allow you to cover a match in 1 languages, but with the possibility to show all the visual in all the other platforms. I explained myself. For example, I'm a community manager. I'm covering the game for the England team tomorrow at night. I will publish all the visual in English, but if I have a Chinese account, a French account, a Spanish account, I have the possibility to display all the visual, to send all the visual with specific and default sentences for our communities, for your communities in all these countries.
Again, that was very important to us because 2 million of our fans are in Indonesia, and our games are not broadcasted in Indonesia, which is quite amazing. We are not in the Premier League, unfortunately, for that reason. So if you think about it, you have 2 million fans, and they have no way to access our content, our games. So I want my team to be able to post something on the Indonesian network when we score a goal, when we win the game, and this is why we ask for that specific development. We didn't want Google Translate because we know we're gonna have some problems with that. So we are charging default sentences, loading default sentences in the tool, and we can promote it then.
Then in the idea to merge the marketing strategy, the digital strategy, the marketing experience, the stadium experience in the digital one, we're integrating the possibility to add some kind of media like the giant screen or the dynamic screen that you will have in all the area of a stadium. We know that everyone is on his mobile phone when he is watching a game, just watching on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Even Totti is taking a selfie when he scores a goal. So the mobile is really important for the community managers too. So we will have the native mobile apps in the version 2.0 for the community manager near to the pitch when the warm-up is coming. They could publish a photo and directly send it to the social networks with SoLive. SoLive is running with Opta. Which is the data provider of a lot of clubs, a lot of federations. We are really close to them. We are working a lot to making more and more with the data, more and more with the stats. And Opta is clearly something that helps us to go with a most simple tool for the community manager. As the World Web did during 4 years, we are just to conclude this presentation in 3 times. So if you have to remind something, SoLive is about more audiences. You have the possibility to address all your communities in their own languages, in all the social platforms in few weeks. It's about fan engagement because you are posting some visual content in their own languages, and you will have more interaction, and you can focus yourself on all the content and all the history that you want to tell to your customers. And then it's about business, because you don't see in the presentation that we are also giving the possibility for the clients to put some business push into the application. So I imagine if Zlatan is scoring a goal, Julien can publish a post with a visual announcing a 5% discount on a Zlatan jersey. So you have the possibility to make that for the merchandising offer, for ticketing offer, or for promoting some of your content like the app content. We show the Rush in Paris, which is a game of the Paris Saint-Germain in the mobile apps. So you have the possibility to push some business actions from SoLive.
I think just one thing about that, because
Yes.
you can already do that with Photoshop. I mean, you could go, I think probably some of you are doing that if you work for Teams, is you score a goal, you go to Photoshop, you sweat because your computer is running around like that, and you can publish it. And it's the same thing for a business push. I mean, when Zlatan scores a goal, I could go and work on my image and post it, but it's just saving you a lot of time, a lot of complications, so you can focus on your message instead of focusing on the size of the image or what it is looking at. And it is great for your brand. So that's really, and for us, that's what it's changing a lot, because we get to think more about, okay, I have more time to focus on what is really important. I know the image is perfect, it looks good, it conveys the great values of my brand. Now I can focus on the content. Like I did on Game of Thrones, now I can do it for the game.
So thank you very much for your time. I think, Oscar, we finished on the time.
Yes,
Yes.
on time, exactly, precise. Swiss.
And if you want to follow us on Twitter, tomorrow at night we'll cover the English, the England game to show you how SoLive could be powerful for example, for the English Federation.
Yes. I don't know if now there is a question from the audience. Someone then, yes? No? Wow. I have one fast question. There is this, what is the next step for you? Because with all, these things can be commodities in some time. Everyone can have maybe the opt-out, the pictures of everything. What is the next step regarding enhanced content? For example, you have a very good relationship, your company, with your broadcaster.
Right.
Are there something that maybe we are talking about in some moment start using highlights or videos from the matches or something like that? That's maybe the future also for this type of thing?
Yeah, we think, I mean, then it's a question of TV rights and what you can or cannot do. But we were talking about that with Vincent when we saw Alex from Twitter, talking about showing the example of Fenerbahce and how they do the lineup. I think we've been thinking about that a lot. Like when we score a goal, right now we are pushing this image that you saw that says goal with Zlatan. But maybe tomorrow we could put a video of just taken live from the crowd, because you cannot show the field. But just people like jumping around in the stadium, but live, and push it on all our social networks. So we are thinking about that. We are trying to move from text. We moved already from text to image, and the next step might be to move from image to video.
Okay. But try to give around to your broadcasting rights, not to confront them.
Yes.
Okay. That's very interesting. Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you very
you.
much for your time. This is going to be around, so please, again, approach them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great.